And we are joined now by Brandon Jones. Congratulations on your selection as president-elect.
Thank you so much. It is an exciting time, and I appreciate that the members elected me and have faith in my leadership. So we'll see what happens.
What do you hope to accomplish as you take on this role?
Oh my gosh.
Where to begin?
Yeah, where to begin. I'm just looking forward to working with the other elected leaders and of course the AGU staff to see how we can push forward the strategic plan and implement some of those activities to support the goals.
What are those goals? Can you elaborate a little on that strategic plan?
Sure. Collaboration is a big one. Of course, diversity and inclusion is a big one, and solution science. So yes, the importance of discovery and basic research, but how do we translate that to the needs of the community and society at large?
Yeah. And what are some of the challenges you think you're going to be facing?
I would say the traditional modes and models of educating and training scientists don't often include the skill sets to translate to the community or communicate or collaborate outside of disciplinary areas. So, there's some work to be done there. And then there's some work to be done in just what we're doing here, communicating the importance of science to the general public and how science can be useful in addressing issues. So.
Yeah, and that seems sort of a big obstacle, is how do you get all the information and wonderful things that everyone's working on with AGU, who are part of AGU, out to the general public in a way where the general public was like, oh, this matters, this is important.
Exactly, and certainly from a federal funding agency perspective, we're in charge of stewarding taxpayer dollars, so we want to work with, we being, I'm currently at the National Science Foundation, but we work with professional societies and other organizations as a community in the research enterprise to get that information out to society. Yeah.
And talking about your role at the National Science Foundation, you've done a lot with diversity and inclusivity. How have you seen things change over the years that you've been working in that arena?
Sure, excellent question. As you mentioned, I'm a career Fed, you could say. So even before NSF, I was at the Environmental Protection Agency and doing similar work. But what I've seen change, for instance, here at AGU, when I first started coming to AGU, there was one diversity session, usually on Friday, the last day of the meeting in the afternoon. It was a 2-hour session. Now diversity is integrated throughout everything. I mean, there were so many different types of sessions, plenaries, et cetera, that there's no way to attend them all. So the scale and scope of what diversity, inclusion, equity means has just permeated through the community in really novel and exciting ways. So the change, the wave is here, and the early career scientists are really championing this move. They have a network. They're vocal, which I love, and a lot of energy. So the future is bright, I would say.
Yeah, and just based on some of the things I've read, the diversity isn't just about inclusivity, but also about people feeling safe going out in the field and doing their work. How do you address that issue?
That's a great point. For the Earth System Sciences, so much, it doesn't matter what discipline, but so much of the work that we do happens in remote locations or outside, on vessels, aircraft, in the mountains, and things of that nature. So there are ripe situations if there are individuals that behave badly for things to happen, and it has over time. And so what we're seeing now are institutions, projects, funding agencies paying attention to the safety of individuals who are conducting research, requiring safety plans, or working with institutions to come up with diversity plans, not just as a document, but an implementation strategy behind that, so that the culture change can begin to happen.
Yeah, it seems like this culture change kind of is underway based on what you were saying about the younger generation of scientists that are coming up and being more vocal and speaking their mind about these things. What do you hope to see happen in the next 5 years? Kind
of a general statement is to give voice to those that are doing this work, that have been doing it for their careers or over the length of their careers, or even if it's someone new who's really interested in this, giving them the space and the place and the voice to do what it is they need to do and to also amplify their message in safe ways, but in multiple ways as well.
So do you have a lot of hope for the future?
I do. The kind of work that I do, and even being involved here at AGU, I get to, fall meeting example, I get to connect with all of the students at the poster sessions, in their oral presentations, et cetera, that are doing this work, and then you realize, wow, they're out there. It's not this ephemeral kind of, oh yeah, the young people are doing things. No, I'm shaking their hands, I'm looking at the research that they're doing, and so I know it's happening. And so I can take that information and that energy back to, my family or the community or whomever and say, no, this is a real thing and it's happening. So the future is bright.
Thank you so much for joining us here today. We appreciate you coming on.
And thank you so much for the invitation. Glad to share.